All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, got a very special guest for you now. All the way, joining us all the way from the dirty South. Georgia now, metro area, Sugar Hill, y'all. Man,
Sugar Hill?
That's right. Put your hands together for the one and only Jhordynn. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I am good. I am good. Hey, look here. Man, thank you for coming onto the platform today and blessing us. And look, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give y'all a little, notes about Miss Jhordynn over here, okay? She is a adult fiction author and inspirational writer. She's also the founder of Made for This LLC. And we're going to talk about all this today. Man, we're going to talk about ghostwriting. Not the ghostwriting that some of you all may be familiar with on the music scene, but ghostwriting when it comes to books and publishing and things of that nature. So, on that note, we're going to get right into it. All right?
Let's jump.
Okay, all right now. Now, as I said before, you are the founder of Made for This, which is an LLC. Can you talk to us about this? What is it?
Okay, so Made for This is the name of my company, and we do all things writing. I should say most things writing. Ghostwriting, like you said, editing, publishing. It's also a publishing company. We publish the books, but we aren't the distributor. We use Amazon as a distributor. So we are not the ones binding the books. We're not gluing it together. We're not shipping them out. Okay, we're not the distributor. We're the publisher. Gosh, I should know this, but I have a great staff, a great team. I just don't remember the number anymore. But I have another editor. I have another ghostwriter. My editor, Denise Black. She's from Detroit, Michigan. I have another ghostwriter. She does the sci-fi end of it. Because, honey, you don't want Jhordynn to write nothing sci-fi. It sucks. It sucks. You don't want me. I promise you, you don't want me. You want Shaniqua Hill, okay? I have my graphic design artist who designs all of our clothes, even started having to design the masks, since 2020. Got my controller. In watered down terms, he's the accountant. I have a typist. So especially with a lot of older people, they've written their book, handwritten their books. Baby, don't worry about it. Mail it to me. My typist, Kayvon, he'll type it up for you. Don't worry about spending all that time in front of a computer or a typewriter, whatever you got. Don't worry about typing up. If it's handwritten, just mail it to me. We'll get you going.
All right. Look here. Look.
Design artist, Renisha. She's Renisha. She's out of Houston, Texas. But Renisha, my controller, whose name is Remo, my typist, Kayvon, even though we've all relocated, we are all from Shreveport, Louisiana, okay? We are from the dirty South, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, all right. Look here, y'all better rep Shreveport over there now. Come on now. All right, that good crawfish and fish down there now. Little shrimpers, all that.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, man, look, I know a lot. Hey, we'll talk about that after the show. But yeah, yes. But no, I love it. So basically, it's your business, but you've also gotten people from your hometown. And even though, as you just said, they have relocated to other places in the country or whatever, they still come together and they're still part of the company. I like that. I like that. And everyone knows their part. Everyone,
yes. And we work great together. I mean, we're puzzle pieces. We fit together. Yes.
Now, let me ask, are most of them childhood friends, or are these just friends that, people that you've met along the way who just so happen to be from Shreveport?
Both of them. Both. So my editor, Denise Black, she's from Detroit, and she actually is part of a book club. She's one of the founders of a book club, and they read a few of my books. And so in my books, I always shout myself out, hey, I'm a ghostwriter. You need me, holler at me. And she just reached out to me like, hey, I want to be an editor. What do I do? You call me. And that's what you do. So just depends on who you're talking about. Some I grew up with, some God just put in my path along the way.
Okay, all right. Now look here, y'all. Look, as she just told y'all, ghostwriting, self-publishing, things of that nature. over 10 plus self-published novels, okay? Over, all right? Which means we go past 10, all right? So we know what we're talking about over here, people. Well, Jhordynn knows what she's talking about because...
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Published. Okay, all right. So let me just ask, you know, when it comes to writing and you look on social media all the time, hey, write that book, do this, do that, or what have you. It's, man, it is within you to do so. I see those posts all the time. And I know I have a book inside of me, but coming up with, you know, the format or, you know, sometimes we are in our own head too much to the point where we may have the idea, we just can't put the idea down. So, you know, on paper. So let me ask, in your opinion, why do so many people struggle when it comes to writing a book or novel?
There are a lot of reasons. One is time. I mean, most people work more than a 9 to 5. Then they get off. They got some hollering babies at the house. They got to cook. They got to clean. You know, time, first of all. That's one thing. Another thing is, like you said, we are in our heads. We're going to talk ourselves out of doing it before we even do it. Don't nobody want to read this. I ain't learned how to read till I was 15 years old. I don't know how to do this. You know, we're in our heads. That's another thing. Another thing is a lot of us, we feel that we need the support of friends and family, and we don't have it. So therefore, you know, cousin Leroy said, I can't do this. You know, my mama told me she ain't gonna buy it if I do it. So I ain't gonna do it because we think we need the support of our people. We think we need our cousin to back us up. So that's also discouraging. We're discouraged a lot.
Now, you know, it's so funny that you say that because I usually tell people a lot of the adversity you're going to face in life won't be from people on the outside. Some of the first adversity you will ever face in life will be from your own family, the people that you like live and grow up with. And that's not to knock them, you know, or what have you. Well, some of them, but not all of them, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you are correct. Sometimes when we have that idea and we express it, maybe to the wrong crowd, maybe to the people who can't see the vision's always knocked down. The vision's always shut down. Oh, you're like, you know what? You're dreaming too big. Stop all that. The reality is you can't do it. And that's not even the case. The case is you have an idea, you want to get it out, but I don't have that. So I'm just going to downplay whatever it is that you're talking about. And that's, you know, that's whack to me. That is so whack to me.
Right. Two good examples I can think of. I mean, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you believe in it or not, the Bible is a great book, period. Whether you believe it or not, it's a great book full of great stories. So the first thing is Jesus was crucified by his own people. What does that tell you? The second thing is Joseph had a dream, told his brothers. His brothers tried to kill him for his dream. So what I learned from that is shut up. You ain't got to tell nobody what your dreams are. You ain't got to tell nobody what your vision is, because whose vision is it? Yours. So you can't get mad that somebody doesn't see what you see, because it's not their vision anyway. You barely see it. So what you running your mouth for? Shut up.
Okay.
And
come on.
That's it.
Come on. Hey, look here. You got something, man, you have something in here, you trying to get it out? Be quiet, keep it to yourself, write it down, and see how it sounds to you. And, you know, just keep it moving, keep going. No matter how crazy or bizarre sometimes things may sound to us or whatever, those are usually the ideas that work. And sometimes trying to play it safe, you know, things don't pan out the way you think they do. So, yeah.
Right.
Now, that first step, you know, whether it's writing or whether it's talking it out, why do you think that's hard for many people? Because we may be like, okay, all right, I'm going to go to you, but I don't know about this first step. I don't know, like, what that first step is going to look like. I don't know what this is going to look like. If I say what the premise of the, you know, book that I want to write is, I don't know, you know. So how do we get past that first step?
Do the first step. That's it. There's no other way to do it. I mean, how else you going to do it unless you do it? You got to do it. And this is what I tell people too when it comes down to doing their first step. If you shut up, no one will even know. No one's going to know that that sentence is raggedy. No one is going to know that those first 3 paragraphs don't make sense. No one's going to know that your period's on where they're supposed to be. Only you see it. That's it. The only way other people will know is if you out here running your mouth about something you shouldn't be running your mouth about anyway. Keep it to yourself and do it. And another thing with writing a book, I tell everybody, writing a book is ghetto, it's ratchet, it's ugly, it's all that. When we buy whatever your favorite book is, you see the finished product. That's what you see. You don't see how that author slammed the computer down. You don't see how that author tore up 35 chapters and started over. You don't see none of it. You see that nice, shiny, new, brand new copy of the finished product. You don't know what they went through. So don't down talk yourself because, oh man, all I've written is 2 sentences and I already found 10 typos. Good. That's part of the process. You're supposed to find some typos. That means you are reading your work and perfecting it. You're supposed to. If you told me that you reread yourself and didn't find nothing wrong, I ain't buying that crap. What you mean you didn't find nothing wrong? There's a whole lot wrong during that first process. So that's what you do. The first step to doing it is doing it. The first step to getting yourself to do it is do it. Do it and do it. That's what you do.
Okay. Do it. Look here, y'all. Come on now. All right. Look, we're talking to a person who has self-published over 10 books. Okay. All right. And I went on your website, so I've seen what you got on there, and you got quite a bit on there. Okay. All right. So let me just say also to add along with that, and I know I've thought about this because, as I said, I'm actually I want to write a book. So I have something to talk about. But in my mind, books, when I think about writing a book, it's probably like this 500-page book or something, something real thick. And as you said, we can psych ourselves out like, well, I don't think I've had like 500 to 1,000 pages to write or what have you. But it doesn't take all that sometimes. I've seen some people who have written, 80 pages, not even 100 pages. So it's a real quick read, but they went through the process to get it out. So it doesn't always have to be the 500 to 1,000 pages. No, not at all. Not at all. This is what I tell people, because people always ask, how many pages should it be? As many pages as it takes to get your point across. That is the answer. If it takes only 10 pages to get your point across, you have a great book. Stop writing. If it takes 500 pages to get your point across, keep writing. Don't stop writing until you've gotten your point across. And once you have gotten your point across, stop writing. Because for me, off the top of my mind, 500 pages is a lot. But if that's a doggone good book, guess what? I'm going to keep flipping. And I'm going to keep flipping. And I may think, 10 pages, that's nothing. But if at the end, all of my questions are asked, you have helped me in some kind of way, I'm going to go on Amazon and Goodreads, and I'm giving you 5 stars because that was the bomb.com. Write as much as you need to get your point across, no matter how much that is. And don't keep writing because you don't think you have enough. And don't stop writing because you think it's too much, because now you've shortened it. You have either shortened our experience or you've just made it too long-winded to where I don't care anymore. I have read an 80-page book, which is short, typically short, that I feel like could have been stopped at 40 pages. And I have read a 200-page book, which I feel like we needed about a good another 200 pages. Just keep going until it's complete. Whatever your mission is, don't stop until it's complete. Don't pay attention to word count. Don't pay attention to page numbers. Don't pay attention to what Joe Blow book did. It's you, your book, your experience. Keep going until you can't go no more. Keep going until you don't need to go no more. Okay, come on now. And as you said, now that last one, because you seen Joe Blow book over there, like, he wrote this or she wrote that, and it's like #1 on Amazon this week. And we can get caught up in that, and that is not where the focus is. But as you just said, write to get the point across. When you've gotten the point across, that's it. That's all. There's nothing else to write. Everything else is just somewhat overkill that we don't really need. And that can be a turnoff if you're going to put out another book, because people remember that, hey, that last book I wrote was 80 pages too long, so I don't know about this one, and people are very like picky when it comes to books these days. So
right. So it needs to be. It got to be right. It got to be right.
Okay. So now let me ask. Now, how long have you been writing and publishing, and when did you decide that you can make money and help others doing what you love doing?
So legally, I have been writing and publishing since 2014. Well, no, that's when I started writing. That's when I published my first book. I started publishing, I want to say maybe 2018. And that, listen, I started an LLC, but I did not have everyone on my team that I needed to. I didn't have my consultants and things like that. I did not know that it could also be a publishing company. That's why I did not start publishing until 2018. So just a side note, when you start a business, get you a lawyer, a CP, get you some people to talk to know all the entities of your business. Okay, so I published my first book in 2014. When I knew that I could make money off of, are you saying writing books, like my own personal books?
Yes.
Well, it never really was my focus. I'm not gonna say I was rich or anything, but I was an RN, a registered nurse, when I published my first book. So I wasn't necessarily hurting for money. And my husband also is a registered nurse. So I wasn't hurting for money. Money was not my motivation. I just knew that I had something on the inside that I needed to get out. Mm-hmm. That was my main purpose, was sharing it. Now, the checks that came after that, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt nothing. But my motivation was, let me get this out. Let me share this with people. The ghostwriting started whenever I would have book signings. I would always have people come to my table or whatever I was at, so interested. I got a book in me, but I don't know how. Could you write it? I don't have the time. And at that time, I'm like, girl, you trying to write my own stuff? No, I can't write your book. But in 2016, when I got pregnant with my daughter, it was my first pregnancy, and nothing was wrong. I was just paranoid. I ain't never been pregnant before. I thought I couldn't walk, couldn't sneeze, couldn't do nothing. So I stopped having book signings because it was traveling. I didn't want to travel anymore. And I stopped working as much as a nurse. And I was like, oh, I need some money. I've always had people say they want me to write their book. So I just put it out there, just threw a Facebook post out there. At the time, I probably had 1,000 followers on Facebook. Just threw the post out there. And here I am today. Like it caught on. So, and I started doing bulletin boards advertising, had a few commercials advertising ghostwriting. So that's how I became a ghostwriter.
Okay. Now, talk to us about that process now, because as we said, well, as you just said, hey, I got this book in me. I don't know how to get it out. Can you, write it? And as you said, hey, I got my own stuff going on right here. I don't know if I have time for that, but like, we don't really think. Usually when I hear ghostwriting, it's usually on the music end of things. And okay, this person wrote your favorite song, or that person wrote your favorite song. But to have a novel or a book, or even a book series or what have you, usually we just hear about authors changing their name. Like, hey, okay, that's not my original name. This is my pen name or what have you. So talk to us about that ghostwriting process when people are coming to you and they're pitching, their ideas for books.
Okay. Whatever is in your mind for your book, let me know. I've had somebody tell me something as simple as, I want it to be boy meets girl, they become best friends, fall in love, and get married. And I've had people who sent me 50 pages of ideas. Whatever it is that you want, you get me the information. We can have a conversation. We can Zoom. You can type up some notes, email it to me. You can voice record it, email it to me. Baby, send me a pigeon. Whatever it is that you want in the book, you have to let me know. And don't assume, oh, well, Jhordynn know to make him tall. No, I don't. I'll fool around, make him a midget. You better tell me that you want him to be tall. Tell me literally everything that you want in this book. And after you tell me everything that you want in the book, I go write it. After I write it, complete it, I do accept payment plans. So let's say your payment plan is complete, because you ain't finna get nothing if that payment plan ain't completed. Your payment plan is complete. Now I email it back to you, and now you read over it. Now, Jhordynn, I told you my favorite color red, and you got it purple. Whatever. You and I go back and forth until it is right according to your standards. And that's how I ghostwrite. Let me know everything you want in the book. Everything, okay? Everything. If it's certain conversations you want to happen, if there's a certain phrase at some point you want somebody to say it, give it to me. so that when I'm writing your book, I'm making sure it's in there. What I don't do is, and I'm not saying nobody does this, I'm not saying no editor does this, I'm not saying no ghostwriter does this. What I'm saying, what Jhordynn doesn't do is I don't say, hey, send me something, and as soon as you send me a page, I'm going to start writing. No, I need you to send me everything. Because if you give me half of what you want, and I didn't sit here and typed all this, the next half that you send me may be contradicting what I've already written. So get me everything. That's me. But that's me. I'm not saying that's every ghostwriter. I'm not saying that's every editor. Just saying, if you come to me, know that you have to have all your bullets in the chamber. Okay? And if you don't have it all, that is fine. That's not saying stay away from me. Give it to me as you come. That's fine. Give it to me as you think of it. But I'm letting you know I'm not typing the first word until you've given me everything. Like, I have somebody who she's probably been with me maybe 8 months, and she's like, I still don't have everything. Honey, that's fine. Just keep emailing it to me as we go. And once you say, hey, that's all, now I start typing.
Okay. Now, do you find that to be one of the biggest challenges, you know, when you start ghostwriting? I mean, I know you said you want everything up front, but even those who may come back later, like, you know what, I think I want to add this, or I want to make this, that, and there are like certain changes, certain quirks, you know, that you have to like work out because you've already started the process based off what you thought at the time was everything. Now here they come 10, 15 days later, you know, Jhordynn, I have this. Let's add this to it. And now you're like, okay, we got to make the story like, you know, fit, go from point A to point B to point C. So is that one of the biggest challenges that you face in ghostwriting?
That is one of the biggest challenges. And to be honest, I do change it. I do what they want me to do. But I ain't going to always be that nice. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not always going to be that nice. You gave it to me. This is what you want. But matter of fact, one of the last books that I published, that was it. I wrote it exactly as she said it. And then she read it and changed her mind. But you know what? I'm a writer. I get it. For my own personal books, I had something in my mind. And then I wrote it. And when I read it, I was like, it sounded good in my mind, but now that I'm reading it now, it don't make sense. It had to change a whole book. So yes, I will do that for clients, but I may not always be that nice.
Okay, all right. Look, y'all heard what the woman say. Get the ideas out first. I don't care if it's dog, cat, rat, whatever. Get them out. Look, we gonna get them done. She gonna get them done. I'm not gonna get them done. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm just here to interview people. Okay, I'm not here to write your book. All right, I don't do that. I'm just
clarify something I said, because I think I said it wrong. I said, you know, have all your ducks in a row when you come to me. I think I said something like that. That's not what I meant. What I meant is all your ducks have to be in a row for me to start writing. You can come to me all over the place. That's the purpose of me, is to help you get your ducks in a row. But don't expect me to write anything when you're still not sure of stuff. Don't expect me to write anything when you only have sent me half of what I've asked you for. You can come to me all over the place. If you had everything together, you would not need me. So it's fine that you don't have it all together. Just know that I'm not writing until you do have it all together. And I'm here to help you get it all together. We're a team.
Okay, see? Come on now. We're a team. She's here to help. So if you have the ideas, she can help you write down the ideas. And you never know. That may take you from one place to a totally new place. Like, oh, you know, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. Now, has there ever been a time that you told someone, hey, you know what? You got enough here. If you wanted to bring that part into, you know, this issue, we can probably write a part 2 to what we have right now, and we can make it maybe a little mini series or whatever of books.
I've never had that, but what I have had happen is I'm also an editor. I'm not just a ghostwriter. So people will give me something that they've already written, have me to edit it. And they also want my creative input and things like that. Well, I had a woman, when I read the book, it was literally about 3 books in one. You know, not that it was a lot of pages, it just was too many storylines going on. And so I have had to tell her, all of this is awesome sauce. I mean, all of this, none of this is trash. It just ain't for this book. So I have had to tell somebody that you're writing 3 books at one time. And when you're a writer, that's exactly what happens. Your mind is like this here. That's what happens when you're a writer. And so it's fine. That's why you need me to come in and help you sort it out. You're writing 3 books at once. These pages right here, these chapters, this is a story. These chapters over here, this is a story. Yeah.
Okay. So now let me ask, when it's about Jhordynn, when it's all about me now, okay? Self-care day or week, what have you, month sometimes, because I can imagine it gets stressful at times. So what type of stories do you like to read about, or maybe what type of stories do you draw inspiration from when you're not busy doing your own novels or books or others' books or novels?
When I read for pleasure, I love books that have absolutely no purpose. I mean, I love the ghetto ratchet books. I want to read about selling drugs. That's me. I don't want no purpose in these books. I want pure entertainment because I write with purpose all the time. And when I'm reading my clients' books, I'm reading with purpose all the time. My self-care, my getaway is give me filth. Give me that. So that's my self-care day. People are selling drugs. Bodies are in the trunk. All right. When it's for me, when I read for personal gain. Yep. That's what I read. Okay. To draw inspiration. Well, I am a Christian, so I definitely, the Bible, and I love devotions. But the Bible app has great plans. So I haven't really had to buy a devotion or the daily breads like I used to have to back in the day, because the Bible app comes with a lot of plans. So that's where I can get my inspiration from.
Okay, all right. Look, I mean, a little bit of both. Now, we got the good with the bad. Now, but that's how you find balance. So
that's my balance.
That's what it is.
In the trunk and praise Jesus. That's it.
And you might want to praise Jesus if you find a body in the trunk. So, I'm just saying, they go hand in hand. There it is. All right. So if people want to, reach out to you, they want your services, they want to follow you on social media, how do they get access to your social media or your not your email, but your website? There it is.
Okay. So my phone number, you call me, that's my business line, 318-406-2249. If you want to just check out stuff before, sometimes you want to shop before you buy, That's my website, Jhordynn.com. That's JHORDYNN.com. You can also email me at madeforthispublishing@gmail.com. And that's the number 4, thispublishing@gmail.com. On Facebook, I'm Jhordynn, JHORDYNN. On Instagram, I am Jhordynn_writes. On TikTok, I am author Jhordynn. Did I miss anything? I think that's all. I'm an old woman. That's a lot of social media right there. That's enough to keep up with. But the best thing is to call me, and at that number that I just posted, 318-406-2249. You can also text that number. That's the surefire way to get me instantly.
Well, there it is, y'all. Look, I know I'm not the only person out here that's thinking of writing this book or that has a book in them that needs to come out. Look, I told y'all before, this is informational content. I'm providing the information for you. It's up to you to take the challenge and accept that. All right, there it is. We moving on now.
Hold on. Before you go on. I think thumbnail, sorry. Also, when you come to me, like I said, I accept payment plans of $100 a month. I charge by word count, so I can't tell you how much your book could be. It depends on your word count. But also, if you're not ready, but you know that you want to start, you can definitely start on your payment plan, and that gets you in line to be the next up. So, I have most of the people who come to me, Jhordynn, I ain't ready. I ain't wrote one thing down. I just know that I have an idea for a book. And by the time that you come to me, I'm going to be ready. And that happens a lot too. So don't think, man, I don't even have the first word down. I ain't no need calling her. Well, get on the list. Do your payment plan, pay your $100 down. And that gets you on the list, because it's not like I'm going to get to you tomorrow anyway. I have clients before you. And by the time I get to you, you may be ready. So go ahead and get on the list. Go ahead and call me. Don't let nothing talk you out of calling me. Yep, not even that. Not that right there. Don't let that talk you out of it. That ain't no reason either. I heard it. I know. That ain't no reason either. Call me, text me if you're shy. It's fine.
That's what. Hey, look. Call y'all, okay? I mean, at least get on the list, even though you may not, as she just said, you may not have it down right now. but get on the list. So when she does get around to you, you may have something brewing. You know, you may not have it all together, but you may have something brewing, and you can assist them in that way. Like, okay, we may start off with this. Is there anything else that you're thinking about? And that can just help them carry on another list of things. Like, oh, I want to add this. I want to add that. Oh, can we do this? Can we do that? Like, look, I thought you didn't have anything. Oh, well, you know, I just thought about it. But we both know what it is. We both know what it is. Okay. All right. Well, no. This brings me to my last question. The question that my show is known for, so I got to present it to you. Okay. Miss Jhordynn, what is the one word that best describes you and why?
Purposed. Purposed. I am purposed. God has me here for a purpose, you know? It's not that I'm a secretive person. It's just that if I gave you my backstory, that just involves other people and that's outing them. But I will tell you that things happened before I was even brought into the world that could have stopped me from being here. Like just me being here out the womb, I fought through a lot of situations and things. So I am definitely purposed to be here. And so because I am purposed, everything that I do and put my hands to, I do it with a purpose. I'm very intentional on the things that I do. And I treat my clients the same way. I'm intentional with your work. And your work is also purposed.
See, there it is. Purpose, y'all. Look, I'm just going to flip it on the other end. You know, if it wasn't for you actually doing what you're doing, a lot of people wouldn't get a chance to get their stories told. So there it is, y'all. Look, I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Look, hit her up, okay? Made for this, the number 4 at gmail.com. That story we have up in here, we can get it all out and we can get it shown to the world. There it is. Well, look.
And also, if you call me, text me, email me, whatever, it made for this publishing at gmail.com. Let's say we talking, you ain't feeling my vibe, but you know, you still want to book out. Honey, it's enough room for all of us to eat. I got people. I know another ghostwriter I can send you to. I know somebody else. Let's just get it out there. We all can eat. We all can advance. But you can start with me, but you don't have to finish with me.
Mic drop. There it is. I don't have a microphone to drop, but if I did, I would drop it right now. But no, I mean, because, you know, you mentioned something that a lot of us don't take into consideration, you know, and a lot of us get caught up with, well, if I don't work with her, then I don't know who else to go to. Hey, you just said it. Look, sometimes it may not work with me. You know, it may work with someone else. I can recommend others to you to get that book out of your mind and, you know, onto these pages and in front of people. So there it is, man. Look, hit her up, people. Okay. We always talk about black business and this, that, what have you. We have some business for you. Okay. All right. There it is. All right.
It's the business. Okay.
Go to her. All right. Look, she got these cards, y'all. www.jhordynn.com.
Yes.
Text her. Okay. Man, look, a lot of y'all don't like to talk on the phone anyway. Go ahead and text that woman. Okay.
I do. I text back.
Well, look, I appreciate you coming onto the platform. I appreciate you, you know, talking to us about your services and just, you know, ghostwriting in particular. Man, nothing but the best. Okay. You've been doing it. Keep doing it. And just remember, you family now. Okay. You didn't already been on. You always welcome to come back and let us know what you got going on here. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I have been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Follow me, all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow. Or you can just go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Definitely get this wonderful conversation, plus other great conversations as well. Jhordynn, we out. Hey.